Hello, everybody! Happy New Year! Oh my goodness, welcome to another Aunt Petunia variety show. And boy, do we have a wonderful guest tonight. I have been aspiring to be this person. I'm going to interview her so I can be her and find out how she does all these wonderful things. Please welcome my guest, Elaine Ballace.
I can't believe I am finally on your show,
unmasked and ready to roll. Now, I know all about you, but a lot of people don't know you are a movie star. Am I right?
Or a moving star. I just keep moving around. It's the same star, and I just keep moving around.
Love it. Love it. Well, and I've always told you, like, I'm still hoping to get discovered.
Oh, I've got 2 Discover cards. Do you need one?
You know what? Yes, I could use another credit card. But, so anytime, you want me to pack up my bag and get on my Peter Pan bus and come out and see you, or if TC wants to buy me a plane ticket, cheapo. Anyway,
he'll give you a plane ticket. He'll give you a plane ticket.
This is why I love you. You're so quick-witted. Okay, so I understand that you worked with Mel Brooks. Am I correct on that?
I did. He's my favorite person in the whole wide world. I must say that. I worked on 4 movies, and I've known him longer than I care to admit I am old.
Yeah, we don't admit age on the
No. Age, women at a certain point, you never admit your age, your weight, or your real hair color.
Correct. All of which.
So I've got those 3 down.
For me.
But Mel is probably the greatest human being alive. He's brilliant. He's funny. He tells me, Elaine, you're so funny. And I say, Mel, they're all your lines. I just kind of changed them a little. But he's wonderful. He's 95 years old. He'll be 96 this year.
Amazing.
Still working. He wrote his book. I was hoping to have had my copy by now, but that'll be for another show. I'll come on and
show for sure.
Show, his book. And just a genius. I mean, what do you say? He's so quick-witted. I went to a book signing of his, and it was when he and Carl wrote the latest 2,000-year-old man book.
Okay.
And so it was quite a few years ago, and they were just like this, both of them. But as quick as Carl is, Mel's even quicker. It's like a tennis match, and it's now, the balls just keep flying at you.
Were you hired because you're funny? Was it the quick wit?
Well, I hired because I threatened Mel. Well, no, I hired him because I threatened him.
Oh.
I said, either you put me in this movie by now, or I will just show up every day on the set. So you have your choice. You have to feed me either way because there's always food on the set. So you can either throw me in front of the camera, or I'll just eat all the food and there won't be anything left for anyone else. So he said, you know what? It's cheaper to hire you as an actor than to let you eat all my food.
Correct. So that's a good approach. I might use that to kind of get on.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'll let you do it.
Can I do it?
It's a little bit harder now these days, unfortunately, and not that I want to get political, but ever since 9/11, it's much harder to get on a set. And now they won't even let you on a lot without showing another card other than your Discover card.
Right.
But they make you, show the vaccine. And now I got a breakdown today that said they even wanted you boosted. And so it's much harder to get on sets now.
You're saying that back in the day, not to age you, but just at another time in place.
Well, in the last century,
you could just walk on a
pre 9/11, things were much easier.
Was freebies. Everything was, yeah.
Oh, it was so much easier. There was this one guard at a studio. I won't mention the studio or the guard, but he was so nice that.
Good choice.
And if you knew somebody at the studio, and after a while, if you went there all the time, he would just go, "Hi," and you'd go, "Hi, how you doing today?" And you could get, or I have a delivery. Nobody delivers anything anymore. I mean, I guess this is aging me because everyone just sends everything electronically, so there are no deliveries. And when the pandemic hit, somebody was telling me over at NBC Universal that they couldn't even get packages. In other words, like if someone sent them a package, it would stay in the mailroom until everything was tested. And I don't know. It's just gotten so crazy and out of hand.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's already been clearly hard enough for me to become famous. And now you put all these curveballs in. So let me ask you, what kind of characters did you play?
Well, I played just any character that woke up that morning.
Do you live right near, are you right in Hollywood?
I used to be in Studio City, but I'm no longer there, but it was great. So yes, it was very close to go anywhere, except where I lived, it was harder to go over the hill to like Sony or Culver Studios or one of those studios over there, 20th Century Fox. But Warner Brothers, well, NBC before they joined Universal, NBC, Universal, ABC was in Hollywood. Now they're in the Valley. So they've all it's all kind of a conglomerate. But here's a good thing. There are also a lot of like startup studios. So places that have converted, like warehouses or whatever, office buildings into studios. So, you're just everywhere. I mean, there is no such thing as one central location.
Right. So are you still auditioning?
Well, auditioning is very different now too, unfortunately. I used to book a lot more before the pandemic, and now the people, I will say, lazy and cheap. No. But they
don't put any names with these comments and we're all good.
They no longer really will bring you in for an audition.
That's true.
What they do is they just make you do the selfie with your phone and send it in to them. And I don't like that at all. And I'll be very honest about that, because you need that energy going into the room, whether you bomb or do great. You need the energy. It's like a stand-up doing it with no people around. They need to feed off the laughs or the energy or the feedback or whatever. And I think that I understand the paranoia, but I don't think it's good for Hollywood. Hollywood, wherever Hollywood is. But
yeah, well, if you're having trouble, I don't know. You might find me knocking on your door. I don't know.
I'll answer. I don't have a doorbell, but knock loudly.
Because Aunt Petunia is very unpredictable. I mean, she just, like, I might wake up next week and say, that's it. TC, drive me to the airport.
The airport, the bus station, whatever.
Bus station. I'm trying to push the flights, but that is so exciting. So who else did you must have met other famous people in your journey?
I've met a lot of famous people. Whom are some of your favorites? And I'll tell you if I've met them.
Why can't I think of him? He played God. He's so funny. George
Burns. I met George Burns.
You met George
I met George Burns, and I danced with him at a party. He was great. He only does the elevator dance where he moves his hand. That was it. I met him. He was great. And I worked with Jack Klugman, and he was on Quincy, and he was fun. And let's see, what other people
How about
that you
Liza
might...
Minnelli?
No, well, kind of. What happened was, way back when I did a show, and her best friend was Lisa Mordente, who is Cheetah Rivera's daughter.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so she was on the show, and Liza came to support Lisa. So that was the closest I came.
Okay. All right.
I love Liza. I think she's great. And one of my favorite songs, I skated, and one of my favorite songs to skate to was Maybe This Time. Maybe this time I'll be lucky. I love that song. It's one of my favorite songs.
I like that song too. Now, so you skated. So did you actually go to school for theater?
Well, actually, I went to USC for football, but I could never play. They had too many good running backs at the time, and I wanted to be a running back. So that was like my goal, to be a running back. But since I couldn't be a running back,
I didn't. Okay. What?
So since I couldn't be a running back, but I'll tell you a funny story. I was at a very restaurant, we shall say, and everybody was there. I mean, I think Sylvester Stallone was there, and several other, celebrities, right?
Yes.
So I was at the booth. I'm not even sure whom I was there with, but anyway, I was at the booth, and I was having dinner with these people.
You don't remember who you were with? Because you were on cocktails? No.
No, I don't drink. That's that's a scary thing. It must be a blonde moment. Okay. So anyway, in walks Eric Dickerson. Oh my God. I thought he was the biggest celebrity there. You haven't a clue who Eric Dickerson is. He was a wonderful running back. He played for the Rams, and he was on the Indianapolis Colts, I believe. And I think he may have played one other place. But anyway, he walks in with his then fiance, okay? And I know it's like she's convinced that every girl wants him. But I didn't want him. I just wanted to talk football with someone who really knew. So I kind of go like this. Oh, my God, I can't believe it's you. And he kind of goes like that. And I said, you are everything I've always wanted to be. And he looks at me like, do you know who I am? And I go, of course I know who you are. And he goes, who? I go, Eric Dickerson, one of the greatest running backs in the world. And at that point, he invited me to join them. So I left my party and went and joined him.
And you upgraded.
I upgraded, yeah, because I can't even remember whom I was with. And so anyway, I go in, but I was very smart because I sat next to the girlfriend when I got into the booth, to let her know. And I said to her, I go, honey, you have nothing to worry about. I don't care. I am just enthralled with what he did, because my life's dream was to have been a running back. Because running backs, well, now they have to catch, and I'm not a very good catcher. But, I just used to love how they would go in and out, in and out, in and out. And it was like, oh, my God. And then they would take off with this great speed. And I was just enthralled with it. Well, I thought it was the greatest thing in the world.
You were reaching for the stars to play football and landed on a pretty good branch, getting into movies. Now, is it true? Were you a guest on Welcome Back, Kotter? Did I?
I was. I played Juan Epstein's girlfriend. Roses are red, violets are blue. My kid wants a date with a Puerto Rican Jew. Signed, Juan Epstein's mother. And so anyway, so I got to work with John Travolta.
That was going to be my next question.
Yes. Awesome. And he is the nicest person in the world.
You know what? That is a consistent around the world comment. And you don't hear that about famous people very much. It's usually...
Well, I'll tell you another one. I've been kind of blessed in a way that I also worked with Steve Guttenberg, who was in Police Academy. Okay. Also, a wonderful, wonderful guy, and a generous actor and a very giving actor. Because, I mean, he's really a star, you know. I mean, he's up there with, you know, all of them. And it was this really low budget film. And do you remember Marvin Kaplan? Okay, it was Marvin Kaplan's last film, and it was called Looking Up, and it was very funny, and Steve was the star. He kind of played Marvin almost, but Marvin was in the movie as a cameo. And so he was like, you know, everyone wanted to take a picture with him and stuff. And the first day he wouldn't take any pictures. He goes, no, do you want to talk to me and learn who I am? And I thought that that was like the most generous thing in the world, you know. Right. It's not like, oh, I'm here and I'm better than you, so I'll take a picture with you. Right. You know, let's learn who each other is. And on the set, generous, couldn't have been nicer to everybody. Well, and then after the movie was over and everything, and then he, you know, took pictures with everyone.
Oh, that's cool.
So, but I thought, at first I thought, oh, you won't take a picture? What's wrong? You know?
Right.
And, but it turned out that the reason he did it was to show us that he wasn't better than we were.
No, it was a classy move.
Absolutely.
Speaking of classy, I've always liked you. I adore you even more. Now I've had a chance to chittily chat with you on the Petunia version. And by the way, you can always come out here and visit me. So
do you know, wait a second, I have this little puppy who is so annoyed. Wait, she wants to be on camera.
No.
There. Say hi to your Aunt Petunia. Woo! Say hi, Aunt Petunia. Yes, you're going to be seen all over the world.
All over the world.
All over the world.
This is so great. I will be in touch with you again. I hope you continue to do fun things and be fun and just maybe.
I will be fun. And you know what? The people, I must tell you, everyone kind of talks about show business, people being not so nice. And a lot of them probably are not that nice. But I have been very blessed to work with the best. I mean, Mel Brooks, John Travolta, Steve Guttenberg. I mean, and they're all really big stars. And like I said, the bigger you are, the nicer you are. But I have something.
That's why I'm not always nice.
Well, when you get your Discover card, don't worry. It's, you know, it's the one that'll get you through.
Okay.
They should be paying us for talking about them, right?
I mean, come on.
Work on it. Talk to TC. He's got contacts everywhere.
Everywhere.
But I do want to tell you that my book, How to Write a Book, Tampa Lane Style with Oreo, it's now a commemorative book because Oreo passed in August, but it was for people. It's a really good book, and I really highly recommend everybody get one.
Well, I hope you sell a gazillion books.
Let me tell you about the book. It's great. You're going to love it.
And I'm going to love it?
Good. Okay. You will love it. What it is, it's a book on how to write a book, and it's for you. It's like a journal, so that you will keep writing about it, about your life, your story, your history. And it came about because during the pandemic, I was going to release it right away. And then I kind of changed the purpose of it because first there was a pandemic and everyone was stuck at home. And everyone is going to have a different story about the pandemic. And this is for your legacy. So you can go on and on and on about whatever you did in your life or during that time or how it affected you.
Nice.
As well as then there was all the unrest and how they were taking all the statues away and kind of rewriting history, saying like it didn't exist. And so this is your chance to write your story where nobody else can change it, and it's in your handwriting.
Following your guidelines.
Right.
Gotcha.
So
we're running out of time, my love. I hate to.
I
know. I know. I'm not the boss. I think I am, but TC is. He's giving me the
Okay, well, they can write to me at Elaine Ballace, P.O. Box 50082, Studio City, California, 91614.
Elaine, thank you so much for being on the very first Aunt Petunia Variety Show for 2022.
Yay!
Jazz hands. Bye, everybody.